As someone who fell in love with Harvest Moon and its fantasy spin-off Rune Factory in the early 2000s, I have been a big fan of farming sims ever since. Subsequent entries of Harvest Moon, now known as Story of Seasons, have been so much fun for me to play on multiple consoles. Some of the titles really gripped me, some of the titles I didn't care as much for, but in general, I love farming sims. Over the past year, I've been following development of a new farming sim called Fields of Mistria. I played the demo in June when it was released on Steam, and I had an absolute ball, and the game has lived rent-free in my brain ever since. It's going to be released in early access on August 5th, 2024. The lovely individuals at NPC Studio reached out to me and offered me an early access key to the game, so I've been playing for about 10 hours now. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on this absolutely beautiful, completely charming farming sim that I cannot seem to put down. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Kay. I make game content here on YouTube, mostly cozy games, and today we're going to be talking about Fields of Mistria. This game is priced at $13.99 and is out for early access on Steam. Now, early access means you are initially paying for a game that is still in development. There is no 1.0 version of the game. This is still a work in progress. So just know there could be bugs in the game. There could be things that break your game. Now, spoiler alert, I haven't experienced any of these things. The game has run really smoothly for me, but just know that going in, this is still early access. Regular updates are planned for the game for about a year until we get to 1.0, which I'm really looking forward to. And they say the initial launch content is about 35 to 40 hours of gameplay, which is a lot of gameplay. The game takes place in a town called Mistria, an idyllic village tucked between a forest and a sea. You are offered an overgrown but full of potential homestead in exchange for your assistance to restore the town to its former glory after an earthquake wreaks havoc and strange magic begins to flow through the land. Similar to most other farming sims, you can farm, raise animals, forage, make friends, romance and marry NPCs, fish, explore the mines, run errands, craft, and a whole bunch more. Fields of Mistria includes the use of being able to use magic spells as well. Throughout my gameplay time, I haven't unlocked this, so I'm really looking forward to getting into that. The day starts at 6 a.m. and ends at 2 a.m., which I find to be very generous, although I did on a couple of occasions not make it to my bed by 2 a.m. and I passed out on the spot and did not wake up until 10 a.m. on the next day, so don't do that. I was very impressed and pleased by the amount of options they have provided for character customization as well as pronoun selection, allowing you to choose a variety of pronoun combinations or none at all if you prefer. One thing that really stuck out to me as a person of color was the amount of different textured hairstyles to choose from, as well as the diversity of the NPC cast of characters also. I will continue to reiterate that representation of characters that look like you and being able to create characters that look like you create a welcome environment for all players. The Chicago-based development team, according to their website, seems to be really focused on inclusion and diversity, and I really like that. I created a super adorable character that I really enjoyed playing with and customizing along the way. One of the most fun parts of the game is that you can change the way that your character looks at any point, anywhere, anytime in the game. You don't need a special mirror or any other equipment or a closet or anything like that. You could just choose from the menu to choose different outfit. You can even choose default outfits that you can just select with one button. This is really fun. Once I started, I was not surprised, as this was familiar to most other farming sims I've played in the past. There were amazingly welcoming tutorials offered along the way, which you were welcome to skip if you wanted to, but I never did this. Controls were pretty smooth. I played with a controller, and if you do this, be aware that you have the option to change the button mapping from Xbox to Nintendo if you're used to playing with Nintendo controllers like me. Like any other game, there was a learning curve, and right now I noticed that some of the menus don't have all the options listed of all the actions. Like, it's possible to organize your inventory by pressing Y, but I only discovered that by accident. All in all, using tools felt really good and was really satisfying. Clearing your farm is going to take a really long time, and you don't have access to all your tools right away. You have to earn them, buy them, make them, and that is part of the fun. One thing I found particularly pleasing is the fact that when you were using the axe or the pickaxe, after you use the item on your target, the cursor would automatically move closest to the next target of the same type next to it, and you didn't have to turn your character around, which I thought was a really nice touch. Even though that's a really small thing, I just thought that was really nice because, I don't know, having to move your character all the time is kind of annoying. Mistria is a gorgeous town and fun to explore. The part of the map that you begin is large enough to explore, but small enough so that you don't get lost. There are many parts of the map I actually did not get to in my 10 hours of gameplay, either because I forgot to go there, I didn't unlock them, I haven't unlocked the tools necessary to get there yet, but I still had enough to do, even though I didn't access these areas yet. There's a main downtown part of Mistria with shops and places you can craft, cook, forge, mill, and more. The thing I love about Mistria is the fact that even if the store owner is not there, I can still purchase items. I thought this was especially charming in the spa where Juniper works. Juniper and I are going to be good friends, by the way. I just want to say that right now. Aside about Juniper, she has an adorable dog named Dozer, and you can pet this dog as many times as you want. It's adorable. But if you go in the spa and Juniper's not there, but Dozer's there, because it says in the menu he's the co-owner of the spa, you can still use the spa, and Dozer takes your money. It's hilarious. I love it. There's also a place where you can complete quests for townsfolk, and my favorite part of this is that you can do the completion of the quest anytime. Festival going on, doesn't matter. Complete the quest. There's a market going on, you can still complete the quest. It's 9 o'clock and you're about to go to bed and they're at home, you can still complete the quest. One of the other things that stood out to me in this game is that you can actually jump and swim. I didn't really remember that you could swim in the game until about 10 days in, so I missed a bunch of things in the early gameplay, but you can actually swim in the water and you can dive just like in Animal Crossing, and it's really satisfying. You can find items, you can even dive for fish. It's a lot of fun. The other thing, if you are really into collecting, is there is a museum in the game where you can actually donate items that you found. They have their own version of what I think looks like blathers. I became really obsessed with filling this museum. It fills that like Pokemon gotta catch 'em all, gotcha kind of thing inside me. And if you really like item collecting, you're gonna love that. The bag inventory at the start of the game is very small, and your tools take up space in that inventory, so you may have only like 4 or 5 empty slots, or maybe even fewer when you start the game. You can expand your bag, which I highly recommend that you do as soon as possible. So that is my only complaint about it, was my inventory was always very small. However, if you do harvest an item and you can't pick it up because you don't have room in your inventory, you can just leave it there and pick it up later because it does not despawn. I have left items out for days and they have not despawned. So don't worry, it will require you running back and forth to your house a lot, but you can still pick it up. The game progression and unlocking things is pretty well paced, with unlockable events and places feeling achievable at whatever pace you want. After I unlocked the mines, I quickly became obsessed with adventuring in the mines because that also comes with combat, as you will encounter enemies as you explore. I actually died down there once and woke up in the clinic, and that ended my day. So just make sure you go down there with food or you don't let yourself die. It's embarrassing. The menus are easy to navigate and understand. I have a love-hate relationship with pixel art. On the one hand, I think it's cute, but being a woman of a certain age, I grew up playing 8-bit and 16-bit games. And with the resolution of games that we have right now, sometimes I just want to experience that because I lived through 8-bit and 16-bit games. However, I find the character design, being that of late 90s Sailor Moon anime style, really retro in an adorable way, and the pastel color palette really appealed to me because I like a pastel color palette. There is no doubt this game is absolutely adorable. Everything is cute, bright, light, and easy to look at. The fact that I could start decorating my farm pretty early in the game with some of the cutest items I've ever seen made this game so much more addictive than I could have ever have predicted. Now let's talk about the characters, because the characters is where the game really shines. Again, the anime design drew me in, but I was pleasantly surprised about how much I liked all of the characters. This is not always the case in farming sims, especially because sometimes you'll feel real lukewarm about some characters, you might dislike others, but I genuinely really liked everyone. The variety of cute, colorful characters to befriend and chat with was not too overwhelming, and I found their dialogue fun, funny, and well written, especially the adorable group of friends, Dell, Luke, and Maple. They are so cute. They were always up to some kind of mischief or schemes, and I really liked seeing what they were up to day after day. There are multiple romanceable characters, including this one? I don't know. All of the romance options are amazing. They are all beautiful. You can marry any one of them, no matter who you are, and they are all freaking hot. It's making it hard for me to choose, really, because I like all of them and they're all really beautiful. But Hayden, because he loves animals, he's got that farm, he's got that salt and pepper hair, and the general like daddy energy. He's got my attention right now. Similar to other farming sims, you can increase your friendships with characters by chatting with them and giving them presents. And each one of them have a wide variety of things they like and love, which gives you lots of options for gifting them. And of course, there is a menu so you can keep track of how you're doing with everybody. All in all, I cannot stop playing this game. In the last 3 days of playing, I've racked up about 10 hours of gameplay, and there's so much more for me to explore. There are areas of the map I have not unlocked and things I have not looked at because I've been so busy doing other things. Even though this title is out for early access, I have found the game to run very smoothly on my PC, and I really, really hope the game will be ported to other consoles because this would be the perfect game for Nintendo Switch so that you can play it before bed, you can play it on the couch, you can play on the go. It would be so perfect for a handheld console, which is why I highly recommend if you have a Steam Deck to check it out, but I have so much fun playing this on my PC. For me, personally, and this is a very big statement I'm about to say, this is my favorite game that I've played in 2024 so far. I cannot wait to see what the development team has in store for this title as it develops. Thanks once again to NPC Studio for allowing me to try out the game early. If you have a PC and you're looking for a cute pastel farming sim to escape to, I highly recommend this title, and for $13.99 I think it's an excellent deal. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I'm probably gonna get back to playing some Fields of Mistria. All right, thanks for watching.